You want to? Hey, y'all gotta make this quick, man. I got a plane to catch. No, I'm saying.
Coach, obviously, point guard on a national championship winning team. You've been a long-time successful coach. Your pedigree speaks for itself. You have been around basketball. How good is this Michigan State team, in your opinion, sir?
I think they're good. I mean, they're gonna always be good because they got Coach Izzo there. But you know, it's tough. You know, what you mentioned, playing on both sides of the coin, and that's the only advantage that we probably had coming into the game. That sometime, and I think it was probably tough for Coach Izzo is to have these guys ready for Savannah State as opposed to a University of Indiana or Michigan or Wisconsin in that Big Ten conference. So, you know, they probably didn't. Get off to a good start or like they wanted to, but the second half they pretty much wore us down. That's the difference between a Power 5 and and Savannah State. But you know, they're gonna be good because you know they got these several guys that's capable of playing in the next level, and Coach Izzo is gonna make sure that they're ready. And you know, it's kind of hard for them guys to get up for Savannah State. I think that's the only advantage that we had in this particular game because sometimes you take smaller teams lighter. As a basketball player at Georgetown University, we used to hate playing teams that we were supposed to expect to beat because Coach Thompson was a little bit furious and you know, he was relentless against those teams. So because he knew it's kind of tough to get up for, and you know, I think they're gonna be good. You know, they got some young guys. Miles is great. You know, Jaron Jackson Jr. is going to be there. It's got to take some time, but you know, when it's all said and done, they're going to gel and they're going to be pretty good.
Coach, you talk about Michigan State not being able to, you know, maybe taking Savannah State maybe a little light.
Well, that's an assumption.
What was your message in the locker room? Because you guys were only down by 13 points.
I mean, it's always we want to stick to what we're trying to do. I always use the analogy that this is not the jungle that we're supposed to be in. This is a different jungle. There's got different animals in this jungle. And you know, we trying to survive and get through so that we could look at some clips, pull some clips and show that, hey, you know, we executed against some tough defense. I mean, in the second half, you could hear the guys, the defense was in front of us talking. So we wanted to come out and execute. We didn't want to give up easy baskets. I think a lot of times in the first half we gave up easy baskets down the last 8 minutes, 7 minutes of the game. That's where I called timeout. I said, we're not participating in the score no more. We're participating in doing things right and just competing. We gave up too much easy baskets. I think if you take away all the easy baskets, even in the first half, you know, offensive rebounds, stick bikes. So we just try to do what we could do and you know, move away. Coach Izzo is probably glad the conference is over with now. It's all about conference. And from his standpoint and from my standpoint, it's about the conference, how we perform in the conference. You're trying to position yourself for postseason some kind of way.
I'm sure based on what you just said, there's value in playing a game like this for your team, but how difficult is it?
It's about 6 figures value.
How difficult is it to coach in a game where you know you have basically little or no chance to win?
Well, I mean, you know, initially we just run out of gas. I think you know, I got to take the moral victory. The guys played well in the first half. You know, it's just, you know, it's Power 5. You don't, you know, early on in my career, I probably, you know, would have lost a few of them, a few players in a situation like this because you want them to compete. But you know, you got two guys that's going to possibly be lottery picks, and you know. And Coach Izzo did it right. You know, he kept trying to punch it inside. They bigger than us and stronger than us. So you want the guys to compete. You know, when I went in the locker room, I put our non-conference schedule, record up, and I put our conference schedule record up, and I put our potential postseason record up, which is, you know, one game. We got in the postseason, we got one game, and we got 16 games in the MEAC. So we got to focus on that. You know, a 16-game schedule. You know, for us, the non-conference is like a bad case of diarrhea. You know, hopefully it gets over and we're done with it and we move on to our conference. I tell my players, I say that's what they pay me for. You know, they pay me for to be effective and competitive in the MEAC. If I'm not effective and competitive in the MEAC, then I don't need to have a job.
Coach, I apologize for not asking this question first. It's most important. You had a player injured warming up for the start of the second half. He didn't play in the second half. How is his condition?
Tyleek, I think he got hurt in the first half. My little guard. Yeah, he got hurt. He had got fouled, and he made 2 free throws, and he hadn't played from there. He got a knee contusion. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's it. Big Ten football doing pretty good in bowl season, right?
7-0.
Huh? 7-0.
One left.
Good deal.
Coach, I wanted to ask you real quick, because we got in here a little bit late.
Okay.
The turnovers you guys forced early and the pressure you put on them, I guess, something you've done all year. What did you see against Michigan State that allowed you to create those early and hit the threes?
Well, I mean, we take threes, so I mean, you know, like I tell my guys, if we make them, we'll be in the game. But we kind of shifted up a little bit. We try to. Coach Izzo wants to play fast, and we wanted to crash, and whoever was closest to that rebound, the guy, needed to guard him and cover him up and allow everybody else to kind of get back in position. So that's basically what we were trying to do. I mean, that's what we try to do all the time. We want to crash. I mean, just learning some stuff from him early. I don't know if he still does it or not, but he wanted to crash 4 people because it's not typical. A lot of people are not going to try to get out. They're going to keep 5 in. So he tried to crash 4, and we try to do that also to a certain degree. And if we crash, we want to try to be in position. If we miss the crash, we want to be in position for defense.
All right, guys, anything else for Coach? Okay. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. I'm going to some warm weather.